guys, so in this video we are going to use OLED display and we will be printing some text in it, and how to do that without wasting any time. Let's start with the video. So this is the website as a Cirkit Designer. I have also previously said you. Then this was some documentation. If you need, it will also provide you. Like, this is the one component we're going to use. You can check here as a component documentation. If you're completely new with this component, then you can read this article. There are many codes as well to help you with its resolutions are also written. Communication protocol I2C, and yeah, operating voltage 3.35 to 3.3 volt to 5 volt. Okay, and also the pin numbers, it has also been given. The code for the general code. Now you can use some of the functions here from here. So let's wire it up with our Arduino. This is a VDD, so I am going to use the 5 volt pin here. Then this is the ground. Most probably the ground will be the ground one. Then SDK, or this is one SCK, or the clock. 5 SDS FO, whatever I've given here. Now moving to the code, I guess our circuit is correct. Let's check it once. This is the 5 volt, and SDA, this one is the SCK and SDA to A4. Okay, and this is the clock, SCL to A5, SCK to A5. Okay, now let's write the code. So now this is a very general template of void setup and void loop. You can keep it. I'm deleting it here. The very important thing that I'm going to say you right now is that when you will be doing this in your own IDE, like Arduino IDE, and you will be working with a real microcontroller boards, there you have to download some libraries like Adafruit library for Adafruit GFX, and especially for this OLED, this SSD1306 library, you have to install it from manage library section. There you can search it and you can install that. Where is that one? Yeah, this one. These are some of the header files that we're going to include in our code, so you have to install them, these libraries, because these won't be available in your IDE by default. Similarly, for LED matrix, there is also an component known as LED matrix. This one second, where is the design section? Custom component, LED matrix. This one. For this one also you have to download, or you have to install the library for working with it. I'll be coming up with a new video on how to work with this LED matrix as well, and some codes. I'll be covering it up in our next video. You have to download this header file, LED control. Okay, so for the time being we're not using this component, so let's delete this and write the code. Then include. Now here a plus point is that I don't have to download these libraries, because as my code is getting compiled in the cloud platform, and it is only a simulation software rather than a real direct code platform for Arduino, like the official IDE they have in the website. So I don't have to download that library. If I write this include this header files here, it will automatically compile it without any tension of downloading it. Here you can just check your codes if they're working or not, the wirings are properly done or not. Now what is this screen width? I am defining the screen width as 128. Okay, you can check the resolution here. The resolution is given for this one 128 cross 64 pixels. Similarly, we're going to work with this. Define screen height as a 64. Now what was the syntax? Yeah, there's some problem, so you can take the reference here. So for starting this, for creating an SSD1306 display object connected to I2C, the address is also given as 0x360. So you're going to start with this one. Now we are going to start with the setup. This is our white setup. Display dot begin. We can write display dot begin ST1306, I guess. Switch cross 0 address as 3C, that's why I remember. Okay, this will be the address and this is our. Now you will be thinking of what I wrote here, like switch CAP VCC. If you break the name apart, it will be like switch plus CAP plus VCC. What does this mean here? Switch means, you know what, turning off or on very rapidly for this capacitor. CAP means the capacitor and VCC means the power supply. So it works as like switching the power supply on and off, or the internal switching using the OLED's internal switching capacitor circuit to generate some operating voltage. That's why we have used this switch CAP VCC. You can learn about this more in the, you can search it on Google and you can get much more details in depth, but here in this video we're going to cover the entire function and code, so I don't want to waste much more time here. But I have explained you like what is the function of it. Like it will actually use the internal switching of the OLED screen to generate its operating voltage. Okay. Now let's start with this one. The next task will be like to clear the screen. So now we are going to clear the screen because we want the screen to be empty at first. Then we're going to start with display, and now we have to set the text size as well, like what will be the size of our text which will print in the OLED. The maximum is not mentioned here, but the minimum is the smallest is 1. So display dot set text size as, we are going to write our content channel's name here. So as the title I am going to set it to, let's see what happens. If it fits in the screen, well and good. If it not, then we have to adjust the size. Also the text color here, as SSD1306 as the white text color. Then we have to set a cursor, like for example think of this black box as a screen of your OLED. So 0,0 means this top left corner of the screen. Also explained here that set cursor to top left corner. This one is the 0,0 point. Now I want the content to be something like this as the 128. This is the width as the 128 and height as the 64. Already the resolution has been mentioned here, pixels. Okay. Let's write something random for the time being. We'll be checking it later on. I'm too much bad at this one. Let's take something like random of 1915 or 20, okay. And for this one as a 64 as 4 4 3 6 5, let's say 5 4 are 24 times. Then we are going to again write our next text. So again we are going to set the text size as 1, as these will be the paragraphs or whatever I will write here, the shorter content. Oops, no, sorry. At first we will be printing our text, yeah, the previous one, println. Now our channel name, white coder, this will be our channel name. Then again we are going to set the same thing like here before, the display, text size, text color, text cursor here, copy. And now we are going to reduce the size as 1, position will be changing, something much more down, Arduino tutorial. Okay, this is our title, you can say it as a title, and this one will be our subtitle or something. Now let's draw border as well. So for the border, have they given something? Nope. Then I have to, okay, draw a rectangle, this one. So I'm going to cover the entire screen for the rectangle. Draw rect. Then 0, 128, 64 as the entire one. 1306 and white. This is a smaller box, okay. I am covering the entire screen as a 128,64. 0,0 means this point, 128,64 means this one, the entire total pixel resolution, okay. Then I guess display.display will be the one, yeah, this one for update the display with the rectangle. Let's go. And for the void loop, we'll keep it as empty because we are going to keep it as a static one, okay, nothing there. So this is the code. Let's compile, verify, connection established. Okay, Adafruit, okay. Here we came with another error because the compilation stopped at some error. Oh, I have written this one. Now it's okay. Let's check. Yeah, it compiled finally. Then with the design, void code Arduino tutorial. Okay, so the R came here. You can check the R came here and some problem was happening. So 1 second, let's fix this. End the simulation. let's go to the code and let's set the cursor to 15,5 and next verify and check this one, simulate. Okay, so still my R is not coming properly here. Last try, or else I have to reduce the size. Five, okay. 4. Let's verify. Okay. Does the size works in decimal? I have no idea. 1.5, does it works or not? Let's check. Okay, 1.5 is working here. Yeah, now it's looking perfect. Void coder Arduino tutorial. So in this video, what you have learned how to code in this for this OLED, how to make the circuit. Now if you are completely newbie, I am again saying, then you should always refer to these documentations, and AI is also here to help you with Cirkit AI. You can ask questions here, it will help you with the code, it will help you with the the circuit, like how to do the wiring and all, what are the components required if you are making much more complex simulations. Also it will explain you the code as well. Okay, so if I write it here like explain the code which I have written, I hope it will explain me. So this AI feature is kind of great, because in previous video I have used this AI feature to fix one of my error. Oh yeah, you can see here that it is explaining the code that I have written. This sets up, yeah, this one indicates the module used with the internal charge pump for power, yeah. Then clears anything on the screen, then prints first bigger text and then the smaller text, then the rectangular border, then displaying the screen. Okay, so main thing is that you don't need to mug up all these like Adafruit, this one, or these things like displays.begin. This will be in the documentations already. Just you have to understand what is the function of these syntaxes, and that's it. You don't need to remember everything, and the rest of the part is all easy. It's all up to you how you're going to design it or how you're going to write it. The main playground is in your OLED screen, like how you are going to display the output or print the text or the pattern or whatever you're doing it. Okay, these are the basic things. The main setup things is still here, and these are enough and available for the documentation. If you don't follow this way of writing, you can refer to these codes as well. The output will be same. Like I have written display.begin, they have written serial.begin, and they are also checking that if the OLED doesn't initialize, it will have a fallback else. So they have written a fallback code as well. If the display.begin, if not display.begin, that means if the OLED screen doesn't wakes up. I have not written that one. I have directly wrote the code because I know this is a simulation software, so obviously the components will work and the circuit is correct. But for working with the real hardware, I recommend always follow the documentations and all. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. In my upcoming videos, I'll be exploring much other components as well, and we'll also continue with their simulations. Thank you.